Well, good morning. I want to welcome you on this journey into the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6. In the midst of a season in which people are often divided, we are going to be invited into Jesus' great Sermon on the Plain that leveled society, that invites a new kind of community, one that looks like God intends it to look. And so I welcome everyone who decides to try to go on this journey with us, who seeks that God might speak in their spirit and their life, as opposed to the types of forces that try to influence us and try to divide us. And so in this season, I hope you'll join us as we read each weekday from a section of Luke chapter 6. And today, that reading comes from Luke chapter 6, verses 1 through 5. We're just starting the story together. And so I just want you to take a moment and to get yourself into the Spirit, to listen, to pray, and to discern where God might be leading you today.
It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul.
If you have your Bible, you can read along with me, or you can just listen to the words from Luke chapter 6, verses 1 through 5. One Sabbath, while Jesus was going through the grain fields, his disciples plucked some heads of grain, rubbed them in their hands, and ate them. But some of the Pharisees said, "Why are you doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath?" Jesus answered, "Have you not read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He entered the house of God and took and ate the bread of presence, which it is not lawful for any but the priest to eat, and he gave some to his companions. Then Jesus said to them, 'The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath.'" Now this text might feel a little strange on a Monday. But what is it to rest? What is it to have Sabbath in the midst of a chaotic time? And Jesus definitely knew how to work. He definitely knew how to be about healing, to be about teaching, to work with his disciples and to train them up. But Jesus also knew how to take a rest, how to take a break. And the way that he rested often got a lot of criticism by those that he was around. But I'm wondering, how are you being intentional with resting in this season? What are some strategies that you're doing to take a break, to calm yourself, to rest in God's presence, to enjoy that Sabbath rest, so that you might have energy and a spirit to work out of a place of healing and a place of health, and not out of a place of exhaustion? And so Jesus knew how to rest. And I appreciate that a part of resting is eating, right? Is having that ability to enjoy food. And so Jesus and his disciples are walking through grain fields that they, I'm sure, did not plant. But they are walking through these fields, and they pick up some grain, and they rub them together, and they eat them, and they enjoy the fruit of the ground. And I'm wondering, maybe that rest, what's a meal that you've enjoyed lately? Did you find God's presence in the midst of eating, in the midst of having a meal? And part of what's challenging is right now, maybe we don't get to have meals in person with everyone we want to eat with, every place we want to go. But is there a place in which you can just rest and enjoy the wonderful food of the earth? You know, food is meant to help people, to grow people, to be ate. The Sabbath and rest is meant to be enjoyed. Stop putting your burdens onto other people so they can't rest. And we start critiquing the way that somebody else rests. And so I don't know for you or for your friends, for your family, what does it look like to rest for you? Is resting sitting on the couch? Is resting watching your favorite show? Is resting going on a bike ride? Is resting going on a walk? Is resting playing a sport? Like, where is it that you get to enjoy God and enjoy resting from the work that God calls us to on our daily lives? Where is that space of rest? And so I hope that not only you might rest in the season and ask God, where might you find rest? But maybe we can be generous with those around us and invite them to have their own rest, but not impose the way that we think you should rest on top of them, not critique the way that they rest. And so maybe rest, like in this story, is offering a meal to someone, surprising someone with some treats, with whether that's a full dinner, whether that's dropping off desserts. But what is it to share a meal and give someone food and a bit of rest? And we often think about that when someone has a health situation or has lost someone or those kind of major life moments. But what might it be in this season to be generous, to offer food and offer rest to those in our lives? And so I just ask and invite you to reflect on this text. And I'm going to read it one more time. Listen for how God might be calling you to rest and to give rest to others around you today. Luke chapter 6, verses 1 through 5. One Sabbath, while Jesus was going through the grain fields, his disciples plucked some heads of grain, rubbed them in their hands, and ate them. But some of the Pharisees said, "Why are you doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath?" And Jesus answered, "Have you not read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He entered the house of God and took and ate the bread of the presence, which it is not lawful for any but the priests to eat, and gave some to his companions." Then Jesus said to them, "The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." May you find rest today.
It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul.